Cooling and Heating, Medical Lodges and Grand Villa, the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, Midwest Real Estate, and the Car Shop. Now let's head over to the stadium and your play-by-play voice of the Bulldogs, Kane Carpenter.
We welcome you to Emmett Field right here in Independence, Kansas, the site of tonight's game between the Independence Bulldogs and the Anderson County Bulldogs. These two teams squaring off here tonight against one another. Independence coming into this game with a 1-3 record, as is the Anderson County Bulldogs. Independence last week on the road, as they have been for the last 3 weeks, up against Baser-Linwood, dropping that one to the Bobcats by a score of 50-0. They come home here tonight just for the second of 3 times this year, and it's homecoming as well. Do want to mention that as they did the homecoming festivities before the game started. Fall 2017 homecoming king for the Bulldogs, Michael Whitson, and the fall 2017 homecoming queen, Quinn Marquez. So congratulations to the two of them. Festivities here tonight. Both teams out in full force. Huge crowd here tonight for the Bulldogs, or Independence Bulldogs, I should say. Anderson County bringing over a good contingent of fans as well across the field. And both these two teams looking to get back on track a little bit, as Independence, as I mentioned earlier, had that tough one on the road against Baser-Linwood, really in a game where not much of anything went their way in that contest up there. But here tonight, looking to correct things, get things back on track. This is our Quality Toyota, Quality Motors pregame show. Of course, I'm Kane Carpenter. And for the Bulldogs, it's going to start back with the offensive consistency for this team. Saw it really in full force against Parsons 2 weeks ago. Not so much in that game against Baser-Linwood, but that at least to some degree was to be expected, as Baser-Linwood definitely looking like a force to be reckoned with in 4A, as at least as of yet they've yet to be scored on. Independence was unable to crack the scoreboard against the Bobcats in that contest, but Independence looking to get things going with the running game. And of course, for the Bulldogs, needing to get a number of different players going. Jaden McGrath leading the way for them, as does Josh Prawley. Of course, Prawley operating out of the quarterback spot, but giving him some opportunities to run the football when given the chance as well. And as Marion Farley, another one of the running backs for Independence, probably going to get a share of the workload, is between the three of them, at least in the Parsons game 2 weeks ago, accounting for nearly all of the offense for that Independence team, and probably looking to see more of the same here tonight. Last year, these two teams played. That game took place up in Garnett. Independence able to get the win in that one by a score of 39-8. Here tonight, looking for some home field advantage. As I kind of mentioned a little earlier, of course, just 3 home games this year for Independence, this being the second of those 3, and being homecoming night here tonight. Before that next and final home game, rather, will be senior night. Hard to believe. Both teams out getting the coin toss situated. Independence going to have to look to keep scoring down as well, as Bulldogs have a difficult time so far this year. 41 points. That's the fewest points they've allowed this season. And they're going to have to find a way to get some things figured out on the defensive side of it, or at least prevent teams from putting up points in bunches. This one couldn't have the potential of being a shootout similar to the Parsons game if Independence lets it fall to that direction. But we'll have to see what the defense can do for the Independence Bulldogs, and offensively as well, potentially getting a win here tonight. We're going to wrap up our Quality Toyota, Quality Motors pregame show. Send it back to the studio for 30 seconds. When we come back, the opening kickoff, you're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Quality Toyota and Quality Motors are proud supporters of IHS Athletics. We would like to encourage fans and players to keep up the great example of sportsmanship that is an Independence tradition. Quality Automotive Group also has a rich tradition of helping local folks get the best deal on a new or used car or truck. For example, I have a great school or commuter car, a 2011 Camry with only 56,000 miles. Stop by either side of the street and tell them you're here for the IHS Supporter Special and get a $1,000 discount. Go Bulldogs.
You're listening to the IHS Bulldogs on KBIK Independence, Indy 102.9.
Independence will kick off going right to left. Do you want to mention kickoff brought to you by GNW Foods of Independence? GNW Foods, just as well, get the best. As I mentioned, Independence kicking off right to left. Anderson County set to receive, going from left to right. We're about ready to start this one off. Prawley boots it away. It'll be fielded at about the 10-yard line for Anderson County, finding some room up the seam before getting brought down out across the 30 down into the 35-yard line. Was the return man, number 3, Ryan Leno. So Leno getting things set off for Anderson County as they'll take over at their own 35-yard line. First possession of the game for either one of these two teams. I formation set, tight, going to hand it off to the I back off the left-hand side. Not much room to go there, as we're just running into a wall of defenders was Logan Allen. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for Anderson County after the good defensive effort along the front line by the Bulldogs. Back to the I formation set for Anderson County, trying to get Independence to jump, and the flag comes flying out, and they're going to say the Bulldogs did. Kind of a tough call against Independence, as it really looked like they didn't jump into the neutral zone, but official here to the near side said differently. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 now for Anderson County. Pitch to the I back, finding some room off the right-hand side and having to cut it up the middle. Going to sneak in a yard, if that, as Independence doing a good job shutting things down. Once again, Allen, the ball carrier, and he's not able to find much room. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Anderson County Bulldogs. Going to have the ball at their own 42-yard line. 10:43 and counting here in the first quarter. Shotgun set. First look, slot man in motion, whistle and a flag and a false start. Going to be tagged to Anderson County. Walken out of the quarterback spot tosses the ball to the official. They'll get that marked off. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 officially for Anderson County. Ball's going to get spotted at the Anderson County 37-yard line. Indy trying to get set defensively. 3 wide receivers set to the near side for Anderson County. Dropping back to pass. Walken looks, throws. It's tipped. Picked off. Bulldogs with it out near midfield. Going back the other way quickly is Cody Schicky. Schicky trying to retreat a little bit, finding some room. Now gets it back across the 50 before getting tackled and knocked out of bounds. Flag thrown during the return, however. And Independence, at least tentatively, going to get some good starting field position, but we'll have to wait and see what the flag is. See, one of those situations is Schicky was trying to make something happen in the return, weaving his way back and forth. Could very well be a number of different penalties against the Bulldogs on the return, as the officials will huddle up and discuss this one with 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Yep, going to be a block in the back against Independence during the return. Interception, of course, will stand. Just going to march Independence back a little further into their own territory as they'll take over at their own 41-yard line. Great opportunity for the Bulldogs. Power set formation out of the Wildcat. Going to hand it off to Prawley. Off the right-hand side, he'll cut it up now for a gain of 3. As Independence showing a different look there, as Braden Collar went from the quarterback spot with 3 running backs in the backfield. Bulldogs break the huddle again. Collar in the power gun set. 3 running backs back there with him, 2 to either side, 1 behind him. Hands it off to Prawley. Prawley back off the right-hand side again, this time not finding much room that time. Picks up 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Going to bring up a 3rd down situation for the Bulldogs. Get close to 3rd and 5 now for Independence. Some different looks offensively for the Bulldogs, with Collar taking the snaps out of the quarterback spot. Independence gets the play called in. This time Prawley takes over quarterback duties, traditional shotgun formation. Takes the snap, going to hand it off. Farley right up the gut with it. Spin move out across the 40, and he'll get brought down inside the 40 out near the 36-yard line. More than enough for a 1st down, and it'll move the chains for the Bulldogs as Independence getting the 1st down here on their first drive. That 1st down brought to you by Quality Wrecker Service. For 24-hour roadside service, call 620-331-2454. 1st and 10 for Independence. Going to be spotted at the Anderson County 37-yard line. Going to hand it back off to Farley. Right up the gut with it. Bounces off one of his own linemen and then gets pushed back. But Forward Progress going to give him a nice little gain on that 1st down carry. Pickup of 3. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Bulldogs break huddle. It's going to be a 3 wide receiver set. Prawley directing traffic, trying to get his receivers set up. Man in motion, going to the far side. Prawley takes the direct snap. Quarterback keeper. Flag comes flying in as Prawley gets taken down along the line of scrimmage. And probably not going to be a flag that's going to be conducive to what Independence wants to do, as it will be a hold against the Bulldogs. It's an Independence offense that likes to run the football, pick up what they can where they can, and it's just really not an offense that's well adept at overcoming penalties when they come their way. That holding call is really going to put them back, as it'll bring up 2nd and 18 now for Independence. Trip wide out, is going to throw the screen here to the near side. It's hauled in out across the 40-yard line. With it is Chisholm before he gets brought down, and getting close to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs, however. 7:30 left in the first quarter. We're still tied at 0s. Is Independence looking to take advantage of an early interception by Anderson County. Bulldogs break huddle. Shotgun set, 2 wide receivers split out wide, 2 running backs in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Farley. Hit the backfield, sheds a defender, and then gets that across the 35. Going to be short of the 1st down by a pretty decent clip, but he turned what could have been a loss into a positive gain and then some. And it'll bring up a much more manageable 4th and 5 situation now for the Independence offense at the Anderson County 32-yard line. Really definitely go for it territory. So here on 4th and 5, Independence going to try to pick up the 1st. Here in the gun with Prawley. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out under pressure, fires it. Farley, he picks it up. Good job locating him and good reception. Spin move. Farley, shedding defender, stumbles towards the end zone. He's going to be shy by about 1 yard, but actually going to say he stepped out at the 5. Still getting the 1st down and moving it inside the 10 for a 1st and goal for the Independents. Faking the handoff to Farley, and Prawley rolling out to his right-hand side. Just threw the little flare out to him as he got behind the linebacker. And Independence showing they can do it not only on the ground but through the air. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Probably going to go under center. Farley, the tailback, hands it off. Right up the gut, cuts left-hand side, now into the end zone, touchdown. And just like that, Bulldogs go up 6-0 with 6:14 left in the first quarter. Independence strikes first. And a great job by Independence after getting that turnover on the offensive end. overcoming penalties, being able to find their way into the end zone. And if you've listened to really any of our other broadcasts, we talk a lot about how negative plays can really hurt this Independence team. Going to go for two. Caller, quarterback, pitches it out to Prawley, and Prawley walks into the end zone for two. 8-0 Independence, 6:14 left in the first. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
You're on the go, and we are too. Community National Bank and Trust introduces our app upgrade for mobile banking, now better than ever. From your smartphone or tablet, you can view account balances, see your transaction history, transfer funds, and pay bills. It doesn't get any more convenient than that. Enroll in Community National Bank and Trust online banking and download our updated app today. Banking on the go from Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
8-0 back here. Emmett Field. Independence set to kick this one off. They do. It'll be fielded at the 10-yard line, looking to find some room out across the 25. Flag comes flying in after getting brought down. This one looks like it's going to be a hold going against Anderson County. Leno, the return man, and it will be a hold against the Anderson County Bulldogs, and they're going to march them back and not give them very favorable field position here to start their second drive, which ended prematurely after an interception was thrown by the quarterback, Gavin Walken. Anderson County takes over at their own 19-yard line. Walken under center, full house backfield. Going to hand it off to the tailback, off the left-hand side, gets tripped up around the 20 and goes down after a short gain. And Allen not able to get a whole lot there on that one, as he also comes up limping a little bit, favoring his right leg. He's going to stay in the game, it looks like, even though he's hopping around on one foot. But to get his shoe adjusted as he gets that put back on. So brings up 2nd and 8 after the short gain for Anderson County. Walking back under center, one wide receiver to the far side, going to hand it off. Quick handoff to the tailback, and another short 1, maybe 2-yard gain up the middle for Allen. It'll bring up a third down situation once again for Anderson County. As the last time they saw this situation fall their way, it resulted in an interception on the overthrow. 3rd and 5 for Anderson County at their own 24-yard line. Low break huddle, under 10 seconds to go on the play clock. To a 4 wide receiver set formation out of the shotgun for Walken. Takes the snap, rolls to his right-hand side, looking, fires it, and it's going to be caught, rather, as the receiver sliding to the turf to make the reception. That was Tanner Spencer, and he gets enough for the first down. 4:42 left in the first quarter. Independence leading 8-0. With Anderson County picking up a first down, enough to move the chains here at their own 32-yard line. They'll break huddle. Walken goes under center, fakes the pitch, inside handoff. Got a ton of room going back the other way with it is Spencer. Spencer, one man to beat, but Prawley tracks him down and brings him down at the Independence 25-yard line. Little fake-out pitch going to the left-hand side, and then an inside handoff going to Spencer, going the opposite direction. Fooled just about everybody on the Independence defense. There's a huge gainer there on that one. And it'll bring up a 1st and 10 at the Independence 25-yard line for Anderson County. Walken back under center. High formation set, 2 wide receivers. Pitches. Off the left-hand side with it goes Allen. Allen gets tripped up but falls forward and going to pick up 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Really not a lot in the way for this ground game for Anderson County here early on, as Independence has done a pretty good job of controlling the line of scrimmage, save for that one big gainer earlier on the fake pitch. Another fake pitch, inside handoff. Independence tries to set the edge, does a much better job this time, as coming up was Cody Schicky sniffing that one out. It'll be a no gain, as Spencer couldn't get anything there on that one. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for Anderson County, with the Independence Bulldogs leading 8-0. 3:13 left in the first quarter. Big play coming up here for both of these teams. Back to the shotgun set, 4 wide receivers. Walken takes the snap, going to run the option, cuts up the middle, and he's going to get brought down out to the 15-yard line. That looks like it's going to be enough for the first down, at least from my perspective, as he kept it rather than pitching, and it will be enough for the first. So 1st and 10 inside the Independence red zone. Anderson County with the ball at the Independence 15-yard line. Anderson County Bulldogs break huddle. I formation set. Out of the Maryland I, no less. Going to hand the ball off to the tailback. Allen off the right-hand side. Nowhere to go with it. Picks up a yard. Minimal gain at best. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Good job so far by this Independence defense, is really locking things down a lot better than we've seen really over the early part of this season for Independence. Have to see what they can do here, is Anderson County definitely threatening on this drive. Pitch going out to the left-hand side. Nowhere to go with that one, as Logan Allen gets swallowed up by Marion Farley in the backfield on the pitch. Good job by Farley sniffing that one out. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 now, as Independence saw that one coming. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take 30 with them. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
We're pet people. You're pet people. And this fall, Equity Bank is proud to be the official bank of pets. In August and September, for every new household that opens a new checking account, we'll donate $25 to a local animal cause. Plus, when you say hello to Equity Bank, you say goodbye to ATM fees. Equity Bank, the official bank of pets. Member FDIC, terms and conditions apply.
Coming out of the timeout taken by Anderson County, it's going to have the Anderson County Bulldogs facing what amounts to a 3rd and 15 at just inside the Independence 20-yard line. Anderson County going to the Maryland I, fakes the handoff, rolls out the right-hand side, throws it way over the head of the intended target. It's picked off again. And, yep, that was Schicky, as he dove in there and snatches his 2nd interception of the night on another overthrow. And Independence going to take over deep in their own territory. So the passing game for Anderson County becoming a liability here early on, as it's resulted in 2 turnovers. And the Bulldogs, in the Independence Bulldogs, rather, getting the football back with 1:42 left in the first quarter. They're already up by 8. Prawley under center, hands it off to Farley, finds some room off the right-hand side, out across the 15, still dragging defenders out to the 20. And he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. That'll bring up a 2nd and 1. That's where they end up spotting it. As Farley doing a great job of just keeping those legs moving even after initial contact, and he's been rewarded with some extra yardage as a result of that. 1:10 left in the first and counting. Independence with an 8-0 lead. Twin wideouts here to the near side. Brawley, quarterback keeper, finds some room, gets a good block up front, now cuts it up the middle, got a ton of room out across the 35, the 40, one man to beat, tries the high step out of the tackle, but gets tripped up out across the 45 and goes down out near the 41-yard line of Anderson County after the big gainer there on that one, and a great job by Prawley just using his vision to weave between defenders, but could not escape the shoestring tackle. Nice big gainer there for Prawley. His Independence quick to the line. Trying to catch this Anderson County defense off guard. Snap to Prawley, hands it off, right up the middle with it. Goes the running back. This time it was Cole Swearingen. He's able to pick up what he could after a gain of close to 3 on the carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. .23 seconds left here in the first. Independence can get off another play if they'd like. Don't necessarily have to, as there's a 2-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. Bulldogs to the line. 8 seconds left here in the first. Trip wide out to the near side. Prawley in the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Farley. Farley stiff arm along the left-hand side. Tries to spin out of a tackle and gets pulled down rather quickly. Very minimal gain, if anything. It'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Into the first quarter, 8-0 Independence. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
State Farm Agent Kirk Wright, 1701 West Main in Independence, or call 620-331-1245.
When you have an emergency, you need a comprehensive healthcare facility that puts your mind at ease every step of the way. The emergency department at Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center offers patients fast access to vital healthcare services. Our quick response heart attack and stroke protocols ensure diagnostics begin rapidly. A state-of-the-art facility for state-of-the-art care. Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center, where we center around you.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. Independence with a 3rd and 7 at the Anderson County 38-yard line. Bulldogs, the Independence Bulldogs, rather, with the 8-point lead over the Anderson County Bulldogs as we're just about ready to start the second quarter. Twin wideouts to the near side. Shotgun set for Prawley. Prawley fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper right up the gut with it, and he gets slung down about 2 yards shy of the first down, however, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 2 here for the Bulldogs, but definitely a go-for-it situation as the ball is at the Anderson County 32-yard line. Indy breaks huddle. Offset I formation for Prawley. He goes under center. Quarterback keeper. Prawley just plows his way forward, and it's going to be close, judging by where the officials marked it, at least on the far side. And it's at least going to be close enough they're going to have to measure. Kind of hard to tell from the angle I'm sitting at. I don't really want to make guesses here as the chain gang comes out, and they'll measure this one. And Independence gets it by the nose of the football, enough for the first down. It'll move the chains. So big first down for Indy as they continue with another opportunity on this offensive possession to try to add some more points on the board. Back in the shotgun for Prawley. Twin wideouts to the near side. He'll drop back to pass. Looks, throws it way over the head of the intended target, Zadrick Daniels, running the out route on the underneath. And it'll fall incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10. 10:53 left in the second quarter. Bulldogs up 8. Independence with the ball. 2nd and 10 at the Anderson County 31-yard line. Shotgun set. Little low, going to hand it off the right-hand side with it. Going to get taken down out across the 30. That was McGrath with the carry, as he'll pick up 4 on that one. He's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for Independence inside the 30 of Anderson County. Going to spot it at the 27-yard line. So another big 3rd down for Independence. 4-down territory, of course, so don't necessarily have to get it all here. We've got to get something. Low snap between the legs of Prawley. Prawley picks it up, looking to throw, fires it way over the head of the intended receiver. He had Daniels wide open, as really just about the entirety of the Anderson County defense reacted to the fumble in the backfield, and that left a man open, but couldn't quite get it out there to him. So 4th and 6. Independence going to go for it. They'll break huddle, trip wideouts to the far side. Shotgun set for Prawley. Takes the snap, and getting off to a too quick of a start there was Farley. It'll be a false start, and it's going to knock Independence back another 5 yards. Tough penalties to have, especially in these types of situations. Is going to turn a 4th and 6 now into a 4th and 11. Although still very much a go-for-it situation for Independence, as they're at the Anderson County 32-yard line. Trip wideouts again. Prawley low snap, fumbles it, has to pick it up, looking to go, and flag comes flying in. He gets stopped after a gain of 1, if that, as snap troubles continue a little bit for this Independence team. It'll be a turnover on downs pending a miracle penalty, however. Not going to get one, as it was a hold against Independence. Penalties declined, and Anderson County takes over at their own 31-yard line with 9:57 left in the second quarter. Independence with an 8-0 lead. Walken under center. Takes a snap, pitches it out to the right-hand side. Getting tackled from behind was Allen, as he couldn't really find much room or a hole. He'll pick up 1, if that. Actually going to give him a little bit more of a generous spot. Definitely going to get 1, maybe closer to 2, as it'll bring up what the board's going to say a 2nd and 8. Independence defense doing a good job at the point of attack. Just kind of had to watch out for some of those fake handoffs and an inside handoff, which caught him on a big play earlier. Walken back under center, full house backfield, fakes the handoff, looking to pass, dropping back, looking, throwing deep, got a man. It was dropped, as the intended receiver deep was Tanner Spencer. Good throw, just stone-handed a little bit, and let that one fall to the turf, as Independence got caught, really not expecting. It didn't seem like Anderson County to go with a pass in that situation, but drop pass bails out the Bulldogs. It'll bring up 3rd and 8. .909 left in the second quarter. Back to a 4-wide receiver set. Walken looking to throw the screen. He does. Intended receiver pulls that one in. It's Spencer. He'll get out across the first down marker as flags come flying in. As he gets brought down near the 45, we'll have to see what the flags end up being. 2 flags out there on the turf, actually. Still waiting for the white hat to signal. Whatever it is, they're marking it off against Anderson County. hold after the reception there against Anderson County, so that wipes away the first down. Where it gets marked, going to bring up 3rd and 8. So Anderson County going to be asked to do it again. Third and 8 from their own 33-yard line. Trip wide out to the far side. Shotgun set for Walken. Drops back under some pressure. Fires it. It's incomplete again. Looked like it went through the hands of Tanner Spencer as he was open at the first down marker, but he just could not secure that pass. And it'll bring up 4th and 8 in a punting situation for the Anderson County Bulldogs with 8:32 left in the second quarter. Independence leading 8-0. First time we'll see the punt team. Dallas Higginbotham, the punter, he'll punt this one away. It's a high, short kick. Hits it about the 50, but takes an Anderson County bounce. Prawley picks it up on the run. Nobody expected that. Prawley out across the 35, the 30, gets tackled from behind out near the 25. Dangerous decision to grab that one on the run, but it pays off for Independence, as he probably gets about 30 yards in that exchange had he just let that one go. And the Independence Bulldogs are going to get some great field position. They'll be taken over at the Anderson County 25-yard line. Three wide receivers set for Independence. Prawley looking to pass, looking, fires it, got a man, it's caught in the end zone for the touchdown. Great pass and great route there as Zadrick Daniels hauls that one in after he blew by the corner, and from 25 yards out, Independence strikes with the touchdown pass from Prawley to Daniels. Bulldogs up 14-0. 8:10 left in the second quarter. And good job by the offensive line giving Prawley some time on that throw as he was able to allow that play to develop. Independence going to go for 2. Prawley fakes the handoff, looking, fires it out of the reach of Farley. On a very on-target pass there from Prawley. So 14-0 the score, 8:10 left in the second. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
Lee's Cooling and Heating in Independence. Call 620-331-2310. 118 South 8th Street, Independence.
We are all faced with tough decisions when choosing a home away from home for our loved ones. Medical Lodges and Grand Villas of Independence offer a wide variety of services ranging from an assisted living community to skilled nursing or long-term care.
Whether you're seeking a place to make new friends or recover and go home, Medical Lodges and Grand Villas Independence.
Call me, Megan, at Medical Lodges, 331-8789.
Or call me, Amber, at Grand Villas, 331-2260. We serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
You're listening to the IHS Bulldogs on KBIK Independence, Indy 102.9.
Back here, Emmett Field, 14-0. Independence Bulldogs with the lead. Prawley kicking this one off. He'll boot it. It'll be picked up at the 15-yard line by Anderson County, weaving his way out across the 25 out near the 30. Was the return man Ryan Leno, but he was able to get what he could, and that's where the Anderson County Bulldogs will take over. They've shown some flashes with a couple of big plays, but not much more than that. As Independence has done a good job of limiting what this Anderson County offense can do, and they'll look to do more of the same here on this drive. We've got a man in motion out of the slot for Anderson County. Flags come flying in. False start going to go against them. It'll bring up 1st and 15. Tough penalty is Marching back 5 yards. Now at their own 23-yard line for Anderson County. 8:04 left in the second quarter. Independence leading 14-0. Anderson County breaks huddle. Walken goes under center. I formation set. Drops back to pass. Looking under a lot of pressure. Rolls out to his left-hand side and then gets brought down rather quickly as he really had nobody open there on that one. As flying in there was number 34, Austin Birdie. As the pocket collapsed quickly. Going to bring up 2nd and 19. Substitutions coming in now for Anderson County as they're not yet broke the huddles. We dip under 10 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry to get this one off. Down to 3. Walking under center, and timeout gets called by Anderson County as it was clear they were not going to be able to get the play off. 7:15 left in the second quarter. Independence up 14. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
What makes a good pharmacy? At the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, it's a genuine interest in you and your personal health care needs. They help with all your health questions and concerns and offer health screenings that help monitor your health, sponsor health events that keep you informed of the most important advancements. And of course, a good pharmacy also provides a full range of the products you need for good health, from the national brands to trusted Medicine Shop brands. So what makes a good pharmacy? It's the Medicine Shop Promise. Pride in knowing medicine and also you in order to meet your individual health needs accurately and completely. 400 North Penn in Independence.
Coming out of the timeout that Anderson County had to take before the delay of game penalty went into effect, as that's 2nd and 19 from their own 19-yard line for the Anderson County Bulldogs. Walken under center. I formation set, takes the snap, drops back to pass, looking, throws the screen to the left-hand side. It's hauled in, out across the 25, out near the 30, picking up some solid yardage, 10, maybe 11 there on that one, as they try to erase some of the deficit from the penalties in the sack. It'll bring up 3rd and 8. Spencer with the reception for Anderson County. She's going to be closer, I guess, to a 3rd and 7 once they get the yard markers set up. Under center is Walken. Rolls out to his right-hand side, looking to pass. Fires it. It's complete. Short of the first down marker, however, by about 3 yards. It'll bring up a 4th and 3 after completing that pass. Leno with the reception is kind of look like to me Anderson County running some shorter routes to really give Walken some time to throw that ball. It's going to bring up 4th and 2. And a timeout going to have to be taken again by Anderson County. That was their last one with 6:28 left in the second quarter. We'll take 30 seconds with them. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Yep, you're going to look good in this house. Are we ready to make an offer?
Well, we really love this house.
Yes, we really love this house, but $120,000 is as high as we can go on this house.
You're kidding me, right? I see what kind of car you're driving. You got lots of money. You can do better than that. Sheesh.
Tired of being hounded? Then visit us at Midwest Real Estate. Your home, our commitment. Online at MidwestKS.com.
Coming out of the timeout, and it's going to be 4th and 2 for Anderson County at their own 36-yard line. They're going to set up to punt, actually. It's a fake punt, snap to the up back, and going to get close to the first down marker. Looks like by the spot from the official on the far side, he got enough for it, and it looks like it will be enough to move the chains. Independence was in a good position to counter that, just couldn't quite win the battle at the line of scrimmage, so it will move the chains. Renewed life for the Anderson County Bulldogs after the fake punt. Pick up a 3 on that one. It'll bring up 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Under center goes Walken. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper rolls out to the right-hand side. Fools nobody as he gets swallowed up by a couple of different defenders there on that one. As leading the charge was Jaden McGrath for the Bulldogs. A minimal gain, about a yard, 2nd and 9. .5:35 left in the second quarter. Slot man in motion. Going to fake, or rather hand it off to the back, off to the left-hand side. Going to get hit rather quickly after getting out across the 40 near the 45-yard line as the Independence defense collected themselves and got there after he made it beyond the line of scrimmage. It'll be a pickup of 3, maybe 4. Brings up 3rd and 4. Third and 4 for Anderson County at their own 44-yard line. Quick snap, going to get eaten up in the backfield as Independence just burst through that offensive line. And a big loss on that one is loss of 3 for the back. Is getting up rather slowly again was Logan Allen. As soon as he got that handoff, he had nowhere to go with it. Timeout taken by Independence. We'll take 30 seconds with them. The Independence Bulldogs up 14. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Quality Toyota and Quality Motors are proud supporters of IHS Athletics. We would like to encourage fans and players to keep up the great example of sportsmanship that is an Independence tradition. Quality Automotive Group also has a rich tradition of helping local folks get the best deal on a new or used car or truck. For example, I have a great school or commuter car, a 2011 Camry with only 56,000 miles. Stop by either side of the street and tell them you're here for the IHS Supporter Special and get a $1,000 discount. Go Bulldogs.
The timeout was taken by Independence. Trying to get the ball back with 4:45 left. Probably wanted to talk about things a little bit as it's a 4th and 7. A punting formation again for Anderson County. They did fake the last one, albeit it was a lot closer with it being a 4th and 2. This time it looks like they're going to boot this one away. It does get kicked, a low liner. It'll be fielded at the 30-yard line, and cutting onto the inside is Daniels. Daniels getting a good block onto the outside, out across the 40, one man to beat, and getting a good block there from Farley as Daniels runs his way into the end zone, finding a good lane through the middle of the field on that return, and then Independence getting a special teams touchdown on the punt return as Daniels showing good vision there. Independence up 20-0 with 4:26 left in the second quarter. Good job by the Bulldogs setting up for the return on that one. And, of course, Daniels doing a great job of weaving his way between defenders. Bulldogs run the option, probably going to keep it. Not finding anything there as he'll be stopped short. 2-point conversion attempt, no good. It sticks 20-0 with 4:26 left in the second quarter. The Independence Bulldogs with the 20-point lead. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. Send it back to the studio. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Should you fix up the old clunker or buy a new car? That's the question. Now, here's the answer. The Car Shop at Independence can help you keep your car around for a long time. Most cars can safely reach 200,000 miles. The important thing is never skip on maintenance. Regular oil changes, tire rotations, and transmission tune-ups, even when it seems to be running fine. The Car Shop, 3201 West Main, Independence, 331-3553.
Independence up 20-0. Bulldogs doing it a couple different ways. Special teams touchdown on the punt return by Zadrick Daniels just a few moments ago. Independence doing it through the air. Prawley to Daniels on the 25-yard touchdown pass. And earlier with Farley finding his way into the end zone on the first touchdown of the night. Farley will kick this one away. Boots it out to the 15. It'll be picked up out near the 11. by Anderson County. Leno with it, not finding a ton of room as he tries to work his way up the middle, out across the 20, out of the 25, and fighting his way forward to the 30. It'd be just shy of the 30-yard line, actually, and that's where Anderson County will take over. Still got a player down on the field for Independence. Can't quite tell who that is for the Independence Bulldogs, as the trainers will come out and tend to him. We'll go ahead and take another 30-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Are you looking for a new option for your checking account? Look no further than Community National Bank and Trust. Our brand new Guardian Secure checking account helps protect you from identity theft, offers cell phone protection, shopping rewards, travel discounts, and can pay you CD-like rates if you qualify, all with your checking account. If your account isn't paying you, call or stop by Community National Bank and Trust today. Member FDIC.
Coming out of the injury timeout, still trying to see the number on the player. Looks like 82, Leonard Armstrong, having to be helped off the field by the trainer, was limping rather heavily as well. But he'll make his way to the sideline. Hope it's nothing too serious. Anderson County takes over at their own 29-yard line with 4:17 left in the second quarter. Shotgun set for Walken, rolls to his right, fires it. It's going to fall. We're going to call it complete, as the receiver had to slide for it. Once again, as Spencer was able to haul that one in, going down to the turf. He'll pick up 8 on it. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. Pass was behind him a little bit, but they're going to say he was able to secure that one before it hit the ground. 3:43 left in the second quarter. Clock ticking down. Going to run out to the right-hand side. Pitch out across the first down marker. Going down at the 40. Gets 3 on the carry, enough for the first down as Logan Allen going to rumble ahead and get the first for Anderson County. 1st and 10 for Anderson County at their own 40-yard line. Bulldog defense has done a really good job here in this one. They've forced 2 turnovers already. Low snap, Walken picks it up, however, looks to throw, gets hit as he throws. It's up in the air, tipped down, almost picked again by Prawley, but he's only able to get one hand on it as it falls to the turf harmlessly. It'll bring up 2nd and 10, and that was a dangerous throw by Walken, throwing off his back foot as he's getting hit to the middle of the field. But fortunately for him in Anderson County, Independence wasn't able to pull that one down for another interception. 2nd and 10. 4 wide receivers set out of the shotgun for Walken. Rolls to his right, looking to throw, fires it. It's picked off, back the other way with it, and that's Daniels. Daniels down the sideline, cuts on the inside, looking for some blockers, reverses field, gets hit from behind, and then brought down out near the 25 as Daniels just jumped in front of the pass, undercutting that route. Picks it off for the 3rd interception of the night for Independence Bulldogs. And the Indy Bulldogs in great field position with 3:02 left in the second quarter. Flag did come in. It looks like a hold on the return. So Independence is going to get marched back on that one. As the passing game for Anderson County has taken some licks here tonight. Walken throwing his 3rd interception of the evening. That time with some great anticipation by Daniels, undercutting that route. So Bulldogs, or the Indy Bulldogs rather, looking for another opportunity to score before halftime. They'll have plenty of time at the Anderson County 36-yard line. Prawley in the gun, hands it off to McGrath. Left-hand side, ton of room, cuts it back out to the left, down the sideline, 15-10, diving for the end zone. Going to end up shy of it by about 2 yards, but it'll bring up 1st and goal for the Bulldogs As Independence, great job in particular by McGrath, but he got some great blocks up front to help spring him out to that left-hand side. So he will, or rather Independence will start at the 2 now with a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal. Crawley goes under center, offset I formation. Hands it off to McGrath. He'll dive his way forward into the end zone from 2 yards out for the touchdown. 26-0. Bulldogs with the lead, Independence rather, over the Anderson County Bulldogs with 2:47 left in the second quarter. It's just really been an impressive first half of football by this Independence team, as they've forced 3 turnovers, returned a punt for a touchdown, had a passing touchdown as well as a rushing touchdown here earlier in this game. Indy going to go for 2. Probably looks to throw. Under some pressure, avoids it, looks, fires it, just out of the reach of Farley, and it'll fall incomplete. 2-point conversion, no good. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
We're pet people, your pet people. And this fall, Equity Bank is proud to be the official bank of pets. In August and September, for every new household that opens a new checking account, we'll donate $25 to a local animal cause. Plus, when you say hello to Equity Bank, you say goodbye to ATM fees. Equity Bank, the official bank of pets. Member FDIC, terms and conditions apply.
2:47 left in the second quarter. Independence leading 26-0. Farley set to kick this one off. Going from left to right, he'll boot it away. Low-angled kick, and it'll die near the sideline, and having to jump on that one was Anderson County. Flags come flying in as going to be a late hit. Independence, more specifically Ryan Bruce, came flying in and hit the return man as he was down on the ground. Couldn't really tell if he got maybe pushed from behind, but nevertheless it does bring out the flag, and it's going to give Anderson County much improved field position, as once they mark this one off, it'll be spotted at the Anderson County 43-yard line. 2:46 left before halftime, so Anderson County got plenty of time to try to do something. Walken takes the snap, quarterback keeper, right-hand side, gets hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. Not a ton of time here at 2.5 to go before halftime, but got to imagine Anderson County a little hesitant to throw the football, as Walken's already thrown 3 interceptions in the first half. 4 wide receivers set. Slot man in motion. Walken pitches it to him. Working the left-hand side, finding some room, gets a block. Looked like it was from behind. No flag, however. Gets brought down short of the first down marker as Spencer, finding his way just about 2 yards shy, rather, of the first down marker. It'll bring out 3rd and 2. 1:50 left in the second quarter. Maryland I for Anderson County. Going to hand it off. Running back Allen off the right-hand side, finding some room out across the 40. Gets brought down by a swarm of Bulldog defenders inside the 40-yard line. Picks up the first, moves the chains, and With 1:33 left, Anderson County threatening as they push further into into Independence territory. It is important to note Anderson County out of timeouts here in the first half as they burned through 3 of them pretty quickly. Back out of the Maryland I. Walken looking to throw, fires it, hits his tight end out near the first down marker, gets brought down. Kind of tough to tell from my angle, but probably going to be enough to move the chains, as it'll be spotted at the 28-yard line. Duke with the reception. And it is enough for the first. So 1st and 10 at the Independence 28-yard line. Bulldogs wanted to take a timeout defensively to talk about things. They're up 26. We'll take 30 seconds with them. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
State Farm Agent Kirk Wright, 1701 West Main in Independence, or call 620-331-1245.
Coming out of the timeout, Independence taking one defensively as Anderson County pushing deeper into Indy territory with 1:14 left before we hit halftime. It's been all Independence Bulldogs in the first half as Indy has forced 3 turnovers, returned a punt for a touchdown, and put up 26 points on the board. But Anderson County looking to cut into that lead a little bit with 1:14 left. Wonken drops back to throw, looking, fires, got a man. He's well covered, and batting that pass down was Zadrick Daniels, and Daniels in great position as he skied high for that one and knocked it to the turf, incomplete. Not fooling the Independence defense any there. Brings up 2nd and 10. .107 left in the second quarter. 4 wide receiver set, rather. Wonken, quarterback keeper, up the middle, gaining nothing. Going to bring up 3rd and 10. And Independence taking another timeout with 1:02 left here in the second quarter. Probably want to talk about this a little bit more defensively as both teams now out of timeouts. We'll take 30 seconds with them. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
When you have an emergency, you need a comprehensive healthcare facility that puts your mind at ease every step of the way. The emergency department at Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center offers patients fast access to vital healthcare services. Our quick response heart attack and stroke protocols ensure diagnostics begin rapidly. A state-of-the-art facility for state-of-the-art care. Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center, where we center around you.
You're listening to the IHS Bulldogs on KBIK Independence, Indy 102.9.
Coming out of the timeout, 3rd and 10 for Anderson County, 1:02 left in the second quarter. Shotgun set, trip wide out. Wonken looking to roll out to the right-hand side, avoids the defender. Flag comes flying in, and then he throws it away out of bounds as flag not in a great spot. If you're Anderson County, that could very well be holding, and it will be. So interesting choice now for Independence. They can either make this 4th and 10 or 3rd and 20. As Independence will decline the penalty. They'd rather bring up 4th down with 4th and 10 at the Independence 28-yard line with 55.5 seconds left in the second quarter. Independence leading 26-0. So tough situation for Anderson County as things have been pretty minimal through the air. 3 wide receiver set. Walken looking to throw, but we got a flag flies in, and looks like they're going to call an offsides against Independence. And they will. So Independence spotting Anderson County 5 free yards. So we go from 4th and 10 to 4th and 5. Could very well change the dynamic of the play call for Anderson County. Breaks huddle with 4 wide receivers. Malkin takes the snap, looking to throw, fires it, got a man open. It goes through his hands, incomplete, as it was just behind his intended target. Had him open, but pass was going to be a tough one to haul in. So Independence will take over on downs with 48.4 seconds left at their own 23-yard line. No timeouts left for either team in the first half. Independence already leading by 26. Be interesting to see what the Bulldogs decide to do here, as they've had a relatively easy time moving their way through this defense. Shotgun set, going to hand it off, right-hand side. Not much room, if anything, was McGrath. He actually might have lost half a yard there. So testing the waters a little bit, at least on the ground. Independence going to go hurry up. 2nd and 11. Shotgun set for Prawley. Looks to throw. Fires it. Daniels along the sideline. Gets pushed out of bounds after hauling that one in. Gain of 2, maybe 3 if they're feeling generous. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 by the looks of it. Bulldogs, Independence got to be careful. Don't want to potentially give this ball right back to Anderson County with any time left. I know you've done a pretty good job of controlling them, but no sense in giving them another opportunity. Back in the gun is Prawley. Looking, fires it deep down the field, looking for Charter. He gets poked away by the defender. Falls to the turf, incomplete, as getting a hand in there was Tyler Winteringer. And it'll bring up a 4th and 8 with 16 seconds left. Independence with the ball at their own 25-yard line.
4th and 8.
Not going to punt, as they'll go for it deep in their own territory. Shotgun set for Prawley. Looking, fires it again. Intended target was Charter, but overshot him, incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs with 10 seconds left before halftime. Anderson County going to get some great field position at the Independence 25-yard line. Really don't have any problem with that play call, as Anderson County, albeit a short field, so to speak, they've got no timeouts left and just 10 seconds to work with. So as long as Independence does a good job of keeping things in front of them, they should be okay. Trip wideouts, flag comes flying. That's going to be another offsides as Bulldogs jumping the gun. Time it was Travarius Wilson. So 1st and 10 gets turned into 1st and 5. They're going to have to get the clock changed to 10 seconds. It's showing 8.4, but it shouldn't have started. As they'll have to get 10 put up on the board. And they do, as Anderson County going to have 1st and 5 at the Independence 20-yard line. Trip wideouts once again. Wolkin drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He'll scramble with it. Flag flies in. Wolkin going to get into the end zone for the touchdown, but the flag probably going to negate that as it came in the offensive backfield, and the hold does go against Anderson County. .2 seconds left. As the penalty will erase the touchdown for Anderson County.
The offense.
We'll get it marked off, and Anderson County will set up at the Independence 40-yard line. Be 1st and 25. Shotgun set. Walken drops back to pass, looking to throw, fires it. It'll be picked off. It'll be the 4th interception thrown as Prawley hauls that one in, looking to try to return this one. Flag flies in, and he gets brought down at the 40. That should end things here in the second quarter, as Independence doing it a myriad of different ways, and they find themselves up by a score of 26-0. Wait just a second to see officially what the flag is the hold against Independence. On the return, it'll be declined, and that will send us to halftime. So once again, Independence leading by a score of 26-0 here at the half. We're going to send it back to the studio for 3 minutes, and then when we come back, we will have our Newkirk Denison Buckles halftime show. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
What makes a good pharmacy? At the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, it's a genuine interest in you and your personal health care needs. They help with all your health questions and concerns and offer health screenings that help monitor your health, sponsor health events that keep you informed of the most important advancements. And of course, a good pharmacy also provides a full range of the products you need for good health, from the national brands to trusted Medicine Shop brands. So what makes a good pharmacy? It's the Medicine Shop Promise. Pride in knowing medicine and also you in order to meet your individual health needs accurately and completely. 400 North Penn in Independence.
Yep, you're gonna look good in this house. Are we ready to make an offer?
Well, we really love this house.
Yes, we really love this house, but 120,000 is as high as we can go on this house.
You're kidding me, right? I see what kind of car you're driving. You got lots of money. You can do better than that. Sheesh!
Tired of being hounded? Then visit us at Midwest Real Estate. Your home, our commitment. Online at MidwestKS.com.
You hear every day about what makes an auto repair shop different than the others. AAA, ASA, ASE? What's all this alphabet soup mean? Well, AAA and ASA memberships include on-site monthly inspections, higher standards, and ongoing technician certifications. You can rest assured that having technicians whom are members of the Automotive Service Excellence, or ASE, your vehicle is being repaired right the first time. Call the Car Shop for those great mechanics you've been looking for. 331-3553, the Car Shop in Independence.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at Crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
At Community National Bank and Trust, your convenience is important to us. We have 29 locations throughout the area, all ready to serve you. We also have convenient online banking and a brand new upgrade to our mobile app. Download it today. We know your life is hectic enough. That's why we like to make banking easy and convenient. Convenient locations, convenient technology, convenience for you. Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The name Newkirk Denison Buckles is synonymous with hometown insurance. Always having your best interests at heart with the ability to design the product to fit your specific needs. Having the right insurance for your family, home, or business is important. Depend on Newkirk Denison Buckles. They have been actively serving the community for over 100 years as insurance experts. When you think insurance, think Newkirk Denison Buckles with locations in Independence, Neodesha, Coffeyville, Fredonia, and Caney.
Here at halftime, this is our Newkirk Denison Buckles halftime show. It's 26-0, Independence with the lead over the Anderson County Bulldogs. I'm Kane Carpenter, and it's been a great first half for Independence football as Indy's forced 4 turnovers, I guess more specifically 4 interceptions through that first half. They returned a punt for a touchdown, had another passing touchdown, and done some work on the ground as it's looked like a completely different Independence team in a lot of different ways, not only offensively after the way they struggled last week on the road against Baser Linwood, but defensively as well. This has definitely been one of the better, actually the best first half of football we've seen defensively from this Independence team this season, as they've shut out Anderson County and really made life a nightmare for that Anderson County offense through the first two quarters of this game. For Independence going forward, it's going to have to be much of the same. It's a young Independence team. They're going to have to learn to win ball games. They're going to have to learn to win close games. We saw them really be able to do that against Parsons 2 weeks ago, but perhaps in this situation they're going to have to learn to play with a lead, which they really haven't had to do much of, especially a lead of this size in the early goings of this season. So an opportunity in that second half for Independence to see what they can put forward, knowing they've got a 4-score lead, actually, in this one, as sometimes that can be difficult to play with. You got to make the certain adjustments in the locker room at halftime and see what you can get accomplished. Looking at some of the scores from around the area, got some interesting games being played, not only in the SEK but elsewhere, as slight surprise, at least to me, Labette County on top of Fort Scott by a score of 20-0 in the second quarter of that game, as Labette County may be trying to show that they're the cream of the crop in the SEK. Iola leading Parsons by a score of 14-12. That one also late in the second quarter of that ball game. Caney Valley up 39-0 over Erie midway through the second quarter of that one. Caney Valley, of course, one of the teams Independence played earlier this year. Pittsburgh no longer in the SEK, at least as far as football goes, but really is in other sports. They're on top of Andover Central by a score of 6-0. Low scoring there in that one. Last score I got between Augusta and Chanute, the Augusta Orioles up 14-7 on the Chanute Blue Comets. That one looking like it's at halftime, probably getting close to coming out of that one, judging by when the last score went in. So definitely some interesting games going around the area. Of course, Coffeyville, they're playing against Galena tonight. That one down, I believe, in Coffeyville this evening. I haven't seen a score between those two teams, but Galena definitely one of the premier teams out of the CNC. So that one probably going to be a tough game for the Coffeyville Golden Tornado as they take on Galena tonight, and kind of getting things in the middle part of the season now, roughly, for high school football. As this game tonight against Anderson County, it's homecoming, just the second of 3 home games for Independence this year, as things got worked around a little bit due to what happened last season. The Labette County game was supposed to be a home game, but last year it ended up being a home game as there was a pretty heavy rainstorm that went through the area, made the field unplayable down there in Altamont, so they had to switch. We played here instead. That resulted in the game this year being played at Labette County as a result, thus resulting in 6 road games for the Bulldogs and just the 3 home games, making things tough no matter how you look at it. When you only get 3 home contests, it makes for a lot of weeks there on the road, as Independence just ended up wrapping up a 3-game a 3-game road trip, finishing off last week at Baser Linwood, a game unfortunately Independence did not win, losing that one by a score of 50-0. But really a lot of teams this year have had to say that when they played against the Bobcats. Did get a score come in at Galena on top of Coffeyville by a score of 20-0. That game at halftime. Can't say I'm terribly surprised by that score, knowing what Galena has, but kind of thought it was going to be an interesting one to see what Coffeyville could try to put up against Galena this year. So far through the first quarter, not much. That game also important as Coffeyville, the last home game of the year. That'll be the second to last game of the season and the second of our district games. The district for Independence, of course, Labette County, Coffeyville, and Chanute. with those top two teams out of districts will advance to the state playoffs, and that'll begin here in a couple weeks. As we, of course, got the game here tonight against Anderson County. We'll be back on the road once again next week at El Dorado. And then another road game to open up district play at Labette County. It's kind of hard to believe we are working our way through the middle part of the football season, but so much here we are, Bulldogs, the Independence Bulldogs rather, 1-3 on the season, looking to improve to 2-3 with a win here tonight. They are up 26-0 here at halftime over the Anderson County Bulldogs. We're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio. We'll do it for another 3 minutes as we've got an extended halftime due to it being homecoming. When we come back, we'll have more of our Newkirk Denison Buckles halftime show. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
The name Newkirk Denison Buckles is synonymous with hometown insurance. Always having your best interests at heart with the ability to design the product to fit your specific needs. Having the right insurance for your family, home, or business is important. Depend on Newkirk Denison Buckles. They have been actively serving the community for over 100 years as insurance experts. When you think insurance, think Newkirk Denison Buckles with locations in Independence, Neodesha, Coffeyville, Fredonia, and Caney.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
Lee's Cooling and Heating in Independence. Call 620-331-2310. 118 South 8th Street, Independence.
When you have an emergency, you need a comprehensive healthcare facility that puts your mind at ease every step of the way. The emergency department at Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center offers patients fast access to vital healthcare services. Our quick response heart attack and stroke protocols ensure diagnostics begin rapidly. A state-of-the-art facility for state-of-the-art care. Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center, where we center around you.
Many things change over time, and auto repair is one of those things. While today's high-tech cars may not require the same continuous service as the older ones do, they will nonetheless at one time or another need to be serviced. When they do, they require high-tech equipment and highly trained certified technicians. You can find all those, along with the most advanced computer diagnostic equipment available at the Car Shop.
3201 West Main in Independence. That's 3201 West Main in Independence.
Yep, you're gonna look good in this house. Are we ready to make an offer?
Well, we really love this house.
Yes, we really love this house, but 120,000 is as high as we can go on this house.
You're kidding me, right? I see what kind of car you're driving. You got lots of money. You can do better than that. Sheesh!
Tired of being hounded? Then visit us at Midwest Real Estate. Your home, our commitment. Online at MidwestKS.com.
What makes a good pharmacy? At the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, it's a genuine interest in you and your personal health care needs. They help with all your health questions and concerns and offer health screenings that help monitor your health, sponsor health events that keep you informed of the most important advancements. And of course, a good pharmacy also provides a full range of the products you need for good health, from the national brands to trusted Medicine Shop brands. So what makes a good pharmacy? It's the Medicine Shop Promise. Pride in knowing medicine and also you in order to meet your individual health needs accurately and completely. 400 North Penn in Independence.
Back here at halftime, our Newkirk Denison Buckles halftime show. There in Emmett Field, Independence, Kansas. The Independence Bulldogs with the 26-0 lead over the Anderson County Bulldogs. Do want to mention last week, girls golf finished up the regular season at Pittsburgh, and it was after a 28-year hiatus. The girls finished third in the SEK, and Bailey Warner finished ninth in the SEK for all SEK honors, and Kelsey Lane finishing 12th for all SEK honorable mention. And the regionals for that starting at Chanute Monday, October 9th. So I do want to say congratulations to the girls golf team here at IHS and what they were able to accomplish and what they've still got left to come for them as well. Here in this one, football tonight between these two teams. Independence forcing 4 turnovers in the first half of this game. 4 interceptions, I guess, to be more specific about it. 2 of which by Cody Schicky, 1 being picked off by Josh Prawley, and another one by Zadrick Daniels. Daniels also with a punt return for a touchdown in the first half of this ball game. He also, before that, even had a touchdown reception from 25 yards out. So it's been a pretty spectacular first half of football, both offensively, defensively, and special teams-wise for this Independence team, and hoping to see more of the same from this Independence Bulldog team. It definitely had a rough go of it last week, had a very emotional game 2 weeks ago on the road in a 56-50 win over Parsons. Follow that up with another road trip, this time going up to the Kansas City area to play Baser-Linwood and dropping that one by a score of 50-0. But if it's any consolation, minor consolation, Baser had yet to allow a point this season. At least as far as I know, they still haven't. Not sure who they play here tonight or how that game's going, but definitely a more than outstanding Baser-Linwood team. So Independence has had some difficult games in the early go of this football season. They've taken their lumps being a young team, but it kind of finally feels like things are coming together now for them. The big question's going to be, can this Independence team carry things through 4 quarters? Things are easy, so to speak, when you've got a lead and you're up, especially by 4 scores, as Independence is here in this game. But can they play the way they played in the first half, not let up off the gas pedal in this one, and really keep the pressure on Anderson County? It's kind of the funny thing, really, with any sport, but especially football, in those instances where you don't end up keeping up the pressure against the team, allow them just a little seam there, a little bit of hope to be able to get back into the ball game, and things can turn around on you pretty quickly. We'll have to see what the Bulldogs can manage to put forth here tonight in the second half of this ball game. It is homecoming. They did the crowning of the homecoming king and the queen earlier, actually, before the game. Just in case anybody missed that, Michael Whitson and Quinn Marquez, the 2017 fall homecoming king and queen, here this evening. Big crowd tonight for the Independence Bulldogs. Really capacity crowd here on the home side. Anderson County bringing a good contingency of fans as well, making the trip down from Garnett. So definitely good to see, especially helpful that we finally got a little bit of football weather here this evening, as it's not unseasonably hot as it seems like it has been the last few weeks. Especially good for the players, as not having to play in those conditions, and always very difficult having to go out there putting on all that equipment and playing in what is still 80-degree weather in the latter part of September. Thankfully, don't have that here tonight. Bulldogs coming back out on the field. Anderson County back out as well, getting warmed up before we get closer to the start of the third quarter between these two teams. An extended halftime here tonight due to homecoming. Trying to get everything going in here and kind of understand it, just being 3 home games this season, where they got to get everything going when you can. But got a couple other scores coming in here on this one. As I mentioned earlier, Galena leading Coffeyville 20-0. Frontenac playing J.C. Harmon out of KC. J.C. Harmon, a 5A school, but definitely I noticed some scores earlier this season. They've taken some lumps this year, as Frontenac really all over J.C. Harmon by a score of 47-6. That game, at least by what I'm reading, still in the second quarter. Also at halftime, St. Mary's Colgan up 21-6 over Girard. Another CNC game going on there is kind of important to note, just because some teams out of the CNC closely linked to the SEK see a lot of crossover play over the course of the season. Like with Coffeyville playing against Galena tonight. They played Riverton earlier in the year as well, knocking them off Independence usually having teams out of the CNC on their schedule. Really not so much this season, as we kind of had grown accustomed to playing the likes of Columbus and Frontenac and Girard from time to time, but not so much this year as Independence looked elsewhere for some non-league games. This one, of course, being a non-league game here tonight, taking on Anderson County. We'll have another one next week on the road at El Dorado, which will be another fun trip. Independence definitely logging the miles this year in football with just the sheer number of road games and the travel distances they've had to make across the state of Kansas this year. Getting closer, looking like to the start of the third quarter. We'll go ahead and wrap up our Newkirk, Dennis, and Buckles halftime show. Send it back to the studio. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
The name Newkirk, Dennis & Buckles is synonymous with hometown insurance. Always having your best interests at heart with the ability to design the product to fit your specific needs. Having the right insurance for your family, home, or business is important. Depend on Newkirk, Dennis & Buckles. They have been actively serving the community for over 100 years as insurance experts. When you think insurance, think Newkirk, Dennis & Buckles, with locations in Independence, Neodesha, Coffeyville, Fredonia, and Caney.
Brian Klein again with Quality Toyota and Quality Motors. We hope you're enjoying the game. You know, I've been here for 8 years now, and I have never had this many pre-owned Tacomas. You know, the legendary dependability and reliability of the Tacoma? And now is your chance to save thousands off new prices. All of these are local trades. You can call or stop by either side of the street, and we'll show you why your neighbor trades with Quality Automotive Group. Hey, go Bulldogs, get that win.
You're listening to the IHS Bulldogs on KBIK Independence, Indy 102.
Getting closer to the start of the third quarter here in this one. Both teams still out on the field warming things up after the extended halftime is winding down. Just to kind of recap the first half of this game, in case you're just joining us, Independence leading 26-0 over the Anderson County Bulldogs. It's been a pretty impressive performance, really, in all aspects of the game by the Independence Bulldogs here tonight. They've forced 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions here this evening, 2 of which by Cody Schicky, 1 by Zadrick Daniels, and 1 by Josh Prawley. Daniels with a punt return for a touchdown here tonight. He also had a 25-yard touchdown reception here this evening as well, and Independence tacking on a couple of touchdowns on the ground, rather, here this evening. So offense clicking for the Bulldogs tonight, defense doing what's needed to be done. Mentioned it in the pregame, Independence has allowed the fewest points thus far this year Independence has allowed has been 41 this season. In fact, they've allowed 41, 56, 50, and 50 through their 4 games this year. But tonight, so far, pitching a shutout against this Anderson County team. We'll have to see if they can continue to do so through the third and the fourth quarter, but more importantly, just getting the win to try to improve to 2-3 on the season. And it gets the momentum back in their favor, especially since they've got another long road trip coming up next week on the road at El Dorado. As Independence will take on the Wildcats there on that one. But another half of football. Homecoming night here tonight. Beautiful evening. Great crowd out here on hand for everything, and getting a good game, at least a good game if you're an Independence fan. Is really couldn't ask for much better play from this Bulldog team. Is seeing some renewed life in them a little bit. Not saying they've gotten down or defeated, but just been good to see a lot of these kids out there having fun. Of course, winning definitely makes having fun a lot easier. Independence will receive the second half kickoff as they kick to start the game off, and going to give the Bulldogs another opportunity to maybe put some points up on the board, as they've had very little trouble doing so tonight. Had a couple of turnover on downs, 2 possessions to be exact, where they've turned the ball over on downs. haven't had to bring out the punt unit, however, is they've either had really good field position when going for it on fourth down, or they went for it on fourth kind of deep in their own territory, but there's only 10 seconds left, so they felt the risk was acceptable. Anderson County set to kick this one off, and booting it away is Higginbotham. It'll be picked up inside the 15 by Prawley. Flag comes flying out. Prawley got a ton of room. He'll sprint his way to the end zone, but not going to matter. Is that flag going to go against the Bulldogs? And that's going to erase the kickoff return for a touchdown as the hold, or rather the block in the back, goes against the Bulldogs. Saw that flag fly out pretty early. Knew right then and there that was going to erase any kind of return. Just unfortunate for the Independence Bulldogs and Prawley in particular that rip off an 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, expend all that energy, and got to come back and don't even get it up on the scoreboard to show for it. Penalty yardage gets marked off, and Independence will take over at their own 9-yard line. It's a pretty tough field position as well for Independence after the penalty is enforced. Shotgun set for Prawley. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw, fires it. Got a man open. It's bobbled, pulled in, and that's Daniels. Daniels to the 40, the 30. Nobody going to catch Daniels. And from 91 yards, pitch and catch from Prawley to Daniels. It'll be a touchdown. As Daniels bobbled it just a little bit, but he pulled that one in, and it'll make it 32-0. Independence with the lead after the touchdown strike. I do want to mention the game is streaming, of course, on our YouTube page at Indy 1029 or our Facebook page at Indy 1029. And Brett not here tonight. He had some conflicting plans here tonight that he was unable to attend, but he has been listening to us, saying the stream sounds great, so please join him if you're able to and listen as well. Independence going to go for two. Unable to get it going is probably working to the right-hand side. Two-point conversion fails. It'll be 32-0. Independence with the lead. 11:28 left in the third quarter. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 1029.
When you have an emergency, you need a comprehensive healthcare facility that puts your mind at ease every step of the way. The emergency department at Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center offers patients fast access to vital healthcare services. Our quick response heart attack and stroke protocols ensure diagnostics begin rapidly. A state-of-the-art facility for state-of-the-art care. Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center, where we center around you. We're pet people. You're pet people. And this fall, Equity Bank is proud to be the official bank of pets. In August and September, for every new household that opens a new checking account, we'll donate $25 to a local animal cause. Plus, when you say hello to Equity Bank, you say goodbye to ATM fees. Equity Bank, the official bank of pets. Member FDIC, terms and conditions apply.
You're listening to the IHS Bulldogs on KBIK Independence, Indy 1029.
Independence short kickoff, and it'll bound its way and get knocked around out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That's where Anderson County will take over with 11:27 left in the third. Anderson County trailing by 32.
32-yard line.
Walken going to go under center, and then false starting was the left tackle, Higginbotham, as he just got a little too far ahead of himself, got a little too anxious, and it will march Anderson County back 5 yards. Brings up 1st and 15. Been quite the night for this Independence team. Also for Zadrick Daniels, he has 2 receiving touchdowns, a punt return for a kick for a touchdown, and he also has an interception on defense. Wingback in motion, going to pitch it out to him. Right-hand side, got a lot of room out across the 30. Prawley trying to bring him down, escapes his grasp, get out across the 35, out near the 37-yard line before being brought down. Makes up the penalty yardage and then some. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5. Long 4, short 5 for Anderson County. Maryland I going to hand it off to the tailback, right-hand side with it. That's Allen. Allen gets tripped up, goes down short of the first down marker. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 now for the Anderson County Bulldogs. Seeing some different looks formation-wise from Anderson County as they went more to a single wing set. This time going back in the Maryland I, 3 running backs behind the quarterback, fumbles the snap, has to pounce on it, fall to the turf, losing some yardage on that as well. So 3rd and 1 gets turned into 4th and 4, actually, once he's recovered it. So a disastrous play for Anderson County, now at their own 38-yard line. A punting formation. Independence not buying it, as they will not return the punt. They do, however, kick it away. Low liner takes a Anderson County bounce before being picked up at the 30-yard line, albeit a little prematurely there by Winteringer. He probably could have let that bounce a little more, but Independence will take it. They'll go back out on the offensive from their own 30-yard line with 9:43 left in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs have been pretty dominant on the offensive end. In the shotgun for Prawley. He'll hand it off. Farley up the gut with it, plowing his way through that defense out across the first down marker, picks up 11. It'll be enough to move the chains. Good job by the offensive line, just really blowing open a number of holes for Farley to find his way through. 1st and 10 Independence, shotgun set. Prawley with it. He'll hand it off. Hurling over a defender was, I believe that was Marshall Day. Oh, excuse me, Cole Swearingen. So Swearingen picking up a couple yards on that one. Is going to bring up 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain. Under 9 to go in the 3rd quarter. Prawley in the shotgun. Farley to his right-hand side. 3 wide receivers set. Takes the snap, hands it off to Farley. Farley works the left-hand side, gets the block out on the edge, now out across the 50 before getting brought down by a couple of defenders near the sideline. He's going to be a yard or 2 shy of the first down marker, depending on what the spot actually is. Yep, going to be 2 yards shy. It'll bring up 3rd and 2 for Independence after the 6-yard gain. Twin wideouts to the far side for Independence. Offset I formation. Hands it off to the tailback. Going to work the right-hand side out near the first down marker before getting brought down is Farley, and actually going to give him 3. So with that generous spot, it's enough to move the first down or move the chains rather for sure for the first down. And Independence being much more methodical here on this drive, as opposed to the last one, which was 1 play, 91-yard touchdown pass. Under 8 to go in the 3rd quarter. Prawley under the center, hands it off. Rather fakes the handoff, fooled me, works his way to the right-hand side, avoids the defender, now down the sideline, 1 man to beat. Prawley into the end zone, touchdown. And Josh Prawley from 47 yards out on the play-action bootleg to the right-hand side, using his athleticism, and he's able to streak his way down the sideline into the end zone. Independence up 38-0 with 7:46 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs set to go for two. Two wide receivers split out wide for Independence here on the two-point conversion. Shotgun set for Prawley. Takes the snap, hands it off. Swearingen right up the middle with it into the end zone for the 2 points. 40-0. Independence up. 7:46 left in the third quarter. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
You're on the go, and we are too. Community National Bank and Trust introduces our app upgrade for mobile banking, now better than ever. From your smartphone or tablet, you can view account balances, see your transaction history, transfer funds, and pay bills. It doesn't get any more convenient than that. Enroll in Community National Bank and Trust online banking and download our updated app today. Banking on the go from Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
Lee's Cooling and Heating in Independence. Call 620-331-2310. 118 South 8th Street, Independence.
40-0. Independence on top of Anderson County. 7:46 left in the third quarter. Kickoff going to go out of bounds as sailing out of bounds on the right sideline. It'll bring out the penalty flag and going to give Anderson County some decent field position, but Anderson County's really not been able to do much of anything against this Independence defense here tonight, as they have been all over the Anderson County Bulldogs. Under center, pitch to the right-hand side, working off tackle, and now bouncing it out to the outside across the 40, about a 5-yard gain that time for Tanner Spencer. It'll bring up, I'm going to credit him with a 6-yard carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. .7:20 left in the third. Indy with the 40-point lead. Walking under center. Inside handoff. It's fumbled. Loose on the turf. Pouncing on it. Looked like Anderson County got it back, and that's what they'll spot. Yep, Anderson County did get it. And that inside handoff kind of got bumped around a little bit as Spencer was able to fall on it after losing a couple yards. Brings up 3rd and 6. Bulldog defense doing a good job of forcing negative plays when they can. Doing so again that time as the defensive line just got a really good push on that offensive line, forcing them into the backfield quickly. Timeout called, 6:35 left in the third quarter. Indy up 40-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
We are all faced with tough decisions when choosing a home away from home for our loved ones. Medical Lodges and Grand Villas of Independence offer a wide variety of services ranging from an assisted living community to skilled nursing or long-term care.
Whether you're seeking a place to make new friends or recover and go home, Medical Lodges and Grand Villas Independence.
Call me, Megan, at Medical Lodges, 331-8789.
Or call me, Amber, at Grand Villas, 331-2260. We serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
Coming out of the timeout called by Anderson County, as the Anderson County Bulldogs find themselves with a 3rd and 6 at their own 39-yard line. They're already trailing by 40 about midway through the third quarter. Walking under center, twin wideouts to the near side. I formation in the backfield. Pitch to the left-hand side, not finding any room as a host of Bulldog defenders getting out there, as Allen really just had nowhere to run once he got to the edge, and flag did come flying in towards the end of that play. And they're going to get a block in the back against Anderson County. Penalty be declined, and instead brings up a 4th and 6. Punting formation for Anderson County. They did fake one earlier. They will not fake this one. Good punt, booted away. It'll be fielded by Daniels. Daniels gets spun around from behind, keeps his footing, but then gets brought down as a couple of other Anderson County Bulldogs get there to take him down out across the 35, or actually out to the 35. And that's where Independence will take over. Once again, offensively, the Bulldogs really played lights out here tonight, doing it on the ground, doing it through the air. It's definitely been a great thing to see Independence play so well offensively, and being able to find that groove, especially being consistent on the offensive side, really limited the number of penalties they've had so far tonight. Back in the shotgun, trip wideouts to the near side. Prawley throws the screen, gets it to Charter, pulls it in, gets a block up front, out across the 40. Flag comes flying in, out towards the middle of the field. And they're going to call a hold against Independence. So it's going to wipe away the 4-yard gain as Independence gets hit with a holding penalty. .603 left in the third quarter as they march off the yardage for that one. We'll bring up 1st and 16 now for Independence. Back in the gun, handoff to McGrath. McGrath runs his way into the front of that defensive line, trying to push the pile forward. He'll gain about 3 on that carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Independence Bulldogs. Back in the shotgun for Prawley, two wide receivers split out wide, rather. Prawley fakes the handoff, looking to pass, looking under a lot of pressure, avoids it, steps up in the pocket, fires it. It's almost picked off. Actually, they're going to say it was picked off. Is maintaining possession going to the ground was number 5, Tanner Spencer. And that'll be a turnover as Anderson County takes over in Bulldog territory at the Independence 47-yard line. One of the few miscues here tonight by Independence, either offensively or defensively. I formation, pitches out to the right-hand side, bouncing off a would-be tackler was Allen. Allen down the sideline inside the 30 before getting pushed out of bounds. It'll be big gainer there on that one, close to a 17-yard run for Allen as it moves the chains for a first down, pushing further into Independence territory. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Walken under center, 3 running backs behind him in the Maryland I formation. Hands it off, left-hand side. Fighting off tackle was the ball carrier, but Winteringer not really finding much room. Tries to push the pile forward, picks up 2 on the carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Independence defensively, they've been pretty tough along the defensive line against the run here tonight, just giving up that big gain early in the first quarter off of an inside handoff. Got Independence defensively going the opposite direction. Pitch to the right-hand side. This time it's Spencer, finds the edge out across the first down marker and gets pushed out of bounds inside the 20, out near the 15. A little bit of a big gainer there as well. So the Independence defense bending here. See whether they end up breaking and giving up the touchdown or not. First and 10 at the Independence 15-yard line. Back out of the I. Spencer with it. Or excuse me, Allen with it. Back out to the outside, inside the 5-yard line this time. It's knocked out. Just kind of the same play. Running off right tackle, and Allen bouncing it to the outside once that Independence defense collapses on the interior, finding a lot of room out there. So first and goal at the Independence 4-yard line. Hands it off once again. Allen fighting his way into the end zone for a touchdown as he plows his way through. 40-6. Anderson County strikes and gets on the scoreboard with 3:52 left in the third quarter. Touchdown drive was spurred after the interception thrown by Josh Prawley, giving Anderson County the ball in Independence territory. Higginbotham set to kick the PAT. Kick is up and good. 40-7. 3:52 left in the third. Independence leads. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Quality Toyota and Quality Motors are proud supporters of IHS Athletics. We would like to encourage fans and players to keep up the great example of sportsmanship that is an Independence tradition. Quality Automotive Group also has a rich tradition of helping local folks get the best deal on a new or used car or truck. For example, I have a great school or commuter car, a 2011 Camry with only 56,000 miles. Stop by either side of the street and tell them you're here for the IHS Supporter Special and get a $1,000 discount. Go Bulldogs.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
Kick goes deep, be fielded about the 10-yard line by Prawley. Breaks through the edge, now works his way to the middle of the field. One man to beat out across the 30, the 20, the 10. Prawley into the end zone. Touchdown. Got it that time. As just kind of scanning, no flags on the field. And Prawley able to get the kickoff return for the touchdown. Is Independence just doing it in a number of different ways here tonight, especially on the special team side of it. Already had a punt return for a touchdown from Daniels, and then Prawley gets the kickoff return for a touchdown to answer right back. 46-7. Independence re-extends the lead. Going to go for two. Shotgun set for Prawley, takes the snap, hands it off to Swearingen, steps over a defender into the end zone. Conversion is good. 48-7. Independence up by 41. 3:38 left in the third quarter. We'll take another 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
We're pet people, your pet people. And this fall, Equity Bank is proud to be the official bank of pets. In August and September, for every new household that opens a new checking account, we'll donate $25 to a local animal cause. Plus, when you say hello to Equity Bank, you say goodbye to ATM fees. Equity Bank, the official bank of pets. Member FDIC, terms and conditions apply.
Should you fix up the old clunker or buy a new car? That's the question. Now, here's the answer. The Car Shop at Independence can help you keep your car around for a long time. Most cars can safely reach 200,000 miles. The important thing is never skip on maintenance. Regular oil changes, tire rotations, and transmission tune-ups, even when it seems to be running fine. The Car Shop, 3201 West Main, Independence, 331-3553.
Short kickoff will be fielded at the 30 by Allen, brought up out near the 38-yard line before getting brought down. That's where Anderson County will take over to start their next drive offensively with 3:32 left in the third quarter. I formation set for Wolf. He'll hand it off right-hand side with it on the ball carrier and getting brought down out near the line of scrimmage, falling forward for a gain of about a yard or so was Logan Allen. As he picked up what he could, it'll bring up 2nd and 9. .305 left in the third. Anderson County hurry into the line. 4 wide receiver set this time. Wolkin looking to throw maybe. Takes the snap, pitches it out to the slot man in motion. Going to the left-hand side. Independence swarming to the ball carrier. Doing a good job gang tackling there as Tanner Spencer really had nowhere to go. Picked up what he could. Got about 3.5 on the carry, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Anderson County offense. Bulldogs doing a better job of keeping containment on the run when it bounces to the outside, at least here on this drive. Back in the 4 wide receiver set, looking to throw the screen, fires it way over the head of the intended receiver, incomplete, as Spencer had no hope of getting to that one, as Walken just couldn't locate him. It's going to bring up 4th and 6 now after the incomplete pass. And potentially another punting situation for Anderson County, but we'll have to see what they decide to do here. They will line up in a punting formation anyways. Takes the snap, kicks this one away. Another high kick. Short, going to take a sideways bounce and then be downed by Anderson County inside the 35-yard line around the 33. And that's where the Independence Bulldogs will take over again. 2:04 left in the third quarter, with Independence already leading 48-7 here on homecoming night. It's really been a burst of scoring by this Independence team, really. Kind of wanted to say offense, but Independence has also got 2 special team scores here tonight. Twin wideouts to the near side, shotgun set. Low snap. Collier in the game at quarterback. Runs back to pick it up and gets sacked in the process. And he will lose a lot of yardage there on that one. So Collar, at least for the time being, going in at quarterback. Actually really saw him start the game at quarterback. Is Independence going with a different look with Collar at the quarterback spot. Prawley back there at running back along with Farley and McGrath. So Collar back in the gun, looking to throw, fires it down the seam, got a man at least momentarily, but it'll fall incomplete as intended target there on that one was Ryan Bruce, but Bruce had it for a split second, but in the process of the ball going through the air, the defender got there and covered him again and was able to break up the pass. So 3rd and board showing 22, so we'll go with that. 1:19 left in the third quarter. Collar in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off to McGrath. McGrath working the left-hand side, gains the edge, now cuts up the field, gets spun around, and he'll go to the turf out near the 24, 25-yard line. Brings up a 4th and long for Independence. And potentially a punting situation for the Bulldogs. So Independence will go into a punting formation. Farley to kick this one away. Independence going to use up as much of the clock as they can. as we go under 10 seconds on the play clock, and actually Independence may call a timeout. And that's exactly what Independence will do. We'll take 60 seconds. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
Lee's Cooling and Heating in Independence. Call 620-331-2310. 118 South 8th Street, Independence.
We are all faced with tough decisions when choosing a home away from home for our loved ones. Medical Lodges and Grand Villas of Independence offer a wide variety of services ranging from an assisted living community to skilled nursing or long-term care.
Whether you're seeking a place to make new friends or recover and go home, Medical Lodges and Grand Villas Independence.
Call me, Megan, at Medical Lodges, 331-8789.
Or call me, Amber, at Grand Villas, 331-2260. We serve and enhance the lives of others with caring hands.
You're listening to the IHS Bulldogs on KBIK Independence, Indy 102.9.
Indy set to punt. Farley boots this one away. It goes and gets... Well, it was fielded by Anderson County, and then amongst the scrum, it was stolen away. Looked like by... Can't quite see here on the far side. It was ran in for a touchdown. Now, officials followed the play. Do have flags out on the field, though, and the officials are scattered, so we'll have to see what exactly the call is going to be. Looked like McGrath maybe had stripped that one away after it was fielded. Do have a face mask call going to go against Independence, however, and do have an injured Bulldog down on the far side of the field. Everybody was just kind of standing around as... After the ball did come loose, the only people running down the field were McGrath and one of the officials. Everybody else was just kind of standing around wondering what was going on. They let that play to develop. McGrath did make it to the end zone, but again, with the face mask penalty going against Independence, it's going to negate some things. Swearingen was the injured player. He does get up and will walk off the field under his own power. To see what the call here ends up being. It's a personal foul face mask against Independence. They'll, of course, enforce the penalty. It'll be Anderson County football with the clock shows 9.3 seconds left here in the third quarter, so that's what it's going to be, with Independence leading 48-7. Waiting for the white hat to restart play as we get it started. And Anderson County, Maryland I, going to hand it off to the tailback, spinning his way out across the 35 out to the 30. Was Allen before he gets brought down about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. That's the end of the third quarter. Independence up 48-7. We'll send it back to the studio for 60 seconds. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Yep, you're going to look good in this house. Are we ready to make an offer?
Well, we really love this house.
Yes, we really love this house, but $120,000 is as high as we can go on this house.
You're kidding me, right? I see what kind of car you're driving. You got lots of money. You can do better than that. Sheesh.
Tired of being hounded? Then visit us at Midwest Real Estate. Your home, our commitment. Online at MidwestKS.com.
The name Newkirk, Dennis & Buckles is synonymous with hometown insurance. Always having your best interests at heart with the ability to design the product to fit your specific needs. Having the right insurance for your family, home, or business is important. Depend on Newkirk, Dennis & Buckles. They have been actively serving the community for over 100 years as insurance experts. When you think insurance, think Newkirk, Dennis & Buckles, with locations in Independence, Neodesha, Coffeyville, Fredonia, and Caney.
Getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Anderson County with the football. 2nd and 2. Pitch going out to the right-hand side to Spencer. He'll reverse fields now to the left-hand side, avoiding some arm tackles out across the first down marker to the 25 before getting pushed out of bounds. And Independence kind of let things go in there a little bit, as we do have a running clock here in the fourth quarter with the margin on the scoreboard. The clock will tick continuously. Or at least it was. Well, looks like they're going to say no to that, I guess, as the clock did stop. Was running there. So this is the 1st and 10 after the gain. Working to the left-hand side. Spencer going to get brought down after a short gain there on that carry. Did have some scores coming in. Chanute on top of Augusta in the fourth quarter, 14-13. Hit on top of Andover, 12-0. Galena beating Coffeyville 28-0, and Labette County up 26-7 over Fort Scott. That one's still in the third. I do want to thank Josh sending me those scores. Do appreciate that. Saving me the trouble of having to look those up for sure. So thank you again. 2nd and 5. Anderson County, rather, with the football. Pitch out to the left-hand side once again for Allen. Allen finding his way near the first down marker before getting brought down. Kind of tough to tell from my angle whether he got it. And actually going to be 3rd and inches, so didn't get the first down for Anderson County. Going to get the opportunity here on the 3rd and inches. Maryland I formation, hands it off to the tailback once again. Right-hand side with it is Allen. He'll plow his way forward, pick it up close to 4 on that carry. More than enough for the first down, and it'll move the chains. We approach 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Independence with a 41-point lead here tonight. And really what's been a dominant effort by the Independence Bulldogs here at home, on homecoming night no less. Trip wideouts to the far side, pitch to that left side, flag comes flying in, fighting his way into the end zone for the touchdown was Spencer, but a couple flags came in, and that's probably not going to bode well for Anderson County. Does seem to suggest it's going to go against Anderson County, and it will be a hold, as it will move the Anderson County Bulldogs back 10 yards and negate what would have been a touchdown. Under 9 to go. Going to bring up a 1st and 17 for Anderson County at the Independence 19-yard line. Walken under center. Handoff on the interior, working his way to the left-hand side, and finding his way into the end zone was Tanner Spencer from 19 yards out. Makes this 48-13. Do have the running clock as it's still going, and Independence pretty much sewn this one up here. As well, they keep waving to stop the clock, but so I just need to stop mentioning it. PAT, kick is up, and it is good. 48-14, Independence with the lead. 8:20 left in the fourth quarter. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
When you have an emergency, you need a comprehensive healthcare facility that puts your mind at ease every step of the way. The Emergency Department at Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center offers patients fast access to vital healthcare services. Our quick response heart attack and stroke protocols ensure diagnostics begin rapidly. A state-of-the-art facility for state-of-the-art care. Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center, where we center around you.
What makes a good pharmacy? At the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, it's a genuine interest in you and your personal health care needs. They help with all your health questions and concerns and offer health screenings that help monitor your health, sponsor health events that keep you informed of the most important advancements. And of course, a good pharmacy also provides a full range of the products you need for good health, from the national brands to trusted Medicine Shop brands. So what makes a good pharmacy? It's the Medicine Shop Promise. Pride in knowing medicine and also you in order to meet your individual health needs accurately and completely. 400 North Penn in Independence.
Getting ready to kick this one off, at least, maybe. As officials went over and had a discussion with Coach Boldra there on the sideline, told them they were not going to run the clock, and then more discussion ensued with the white hat, and they finally decided to run the clock. So take that for what it's worth. We do have a running clock, I can assure you. Be right finally this time. Not sure exactly why they decided not to earlier, but onside kick going there from Anderson County. Won't be able to get that one to go, however, as Independence will recover at the 50-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over. It's a great performance here tonight by the Bulldogs. Is just a matter of running this one out to all zeros. Collar in the shotgun set. High snap, pulls that one in. Handoff right up the gut with it and then getting slung down. That time it was number 25, Zach Moses for Independence, the ball carrier. He'll pick up around 4 on that carry. Under 7 to go in the fourth quarter. Do want to mention again, we'll be on the road next week as Independence travels to El Dorado in the final game before district play starts. Caller takes the snap, hands it off. Once again, this time to Moses as he'll fight his way up the middle of that defense. Gets enough for the first down, but a flag does come out rather late. 2 flags for that matter.
And the flag against the defense.
As they're going to indicate it's against Anderson County. Didn't see what the official signaled, though. So they'll mark off some penalty yardage, give Independence a little better field position. So we drop under 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Caller in the gun, flags come flying, and a false start. Going to march Independence back 5 yards. So neither team can figure out where they want it, but really doesn't matter as they have decided on a running clock. That time just keeps ticking away. Caller back in the shotgun. 2 wide out, split out wide, 2 running backs in the backfield. Going to hand it off, work on the right-hand side. This time it's Day, and Day not able to find any room. Actually going to lose a couple yards in the process. Going to bring up 2nd and 18 for Independence. Bulldogs break huddle. Shotgun for Caller. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper works his way around the edge, avoids one defender, cuts it back to the inside, bouncing around off defenders inside the 40. And Caller doing a good job picking up what he could there in the process and not getting a ton of blocking out along the edge, but picked up positive yards and is going to bring this into a 3rd and 14. Although it doesn't sound great, much more manageable situation than what 3rd and 20 would have been. Indy breaks huddle. Twin wideouts to the far side. 2 running backs in the backfield with Caller. Takes the snap, hands it off, up the middle with it, fighting his way through that defense is number 25, Zach Moses again. And it'll bring up a 4th and 9 for Independence at the Anderson County 33-yard line.
That was for Colton Palmer and 55, Rich Pratt.
Go for it territory for Independence is a lot of the reserves in now for the Independence Bulldogs. 3 wide receiver set for Collar. Trying to get a man to go in motion and then a false start as the flag comes flying out.
Flag on the play against the offense.
So that'll march him back 5 more yards, brings up 4th and 14. As we hit the 3-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Indy will break huddle. Caller in the gun. Man in motion. Elias going to run the option with him. Now going to use him as a blocker as he gets ahead of him. Caller with it. Cuts to the inside. Now reverses field. Good move to the outside. Going to work across the 20. Now cuts back in out across the 15, close to the 11. Caller, once he found some open field, turned on the jets and showing some good agility. As he picks up enough for the first down, and that'll move the chains with 2:22 left in the 4th quarter. Bulldogs leading 48-14. Rather, I should say Indy, I guess, leading 48-14. Back in the gun for Collar. Takes the snap a little high, pulls it in, hands it off to Day, running up the middle with it. He'll get pulled down by 4 defenders after picking up a minimal gain.
The ball carrier for Independence. That was that time for Garnett for 48 drops and Sparks at 24.
Bogle spotted at the Anderson County 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Caller in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off, trying to find his way up the middle, but really not much of anything there as Day just ran into a wall of defenders for very short gain. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Marshall Day gets the handoff.
1:03 left in the 4th quarter, and timeout going to be called by Anderson County. We'll go ahead and take 30 seconds with them. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
No matter which team you're rooting for, we've got you covered. Community National Bank and Trust offers your favorite school mascot on our debit cards. And what's even better, for every card issued, we'll donate $3 directly to your school. It's just another way Community National Bank and Trust supports our community. Come get your mascot card at any of our 29 locations today. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Coming out of the timeout taken by Anderson County with 1:02 left in the 4th quarter. The Independence Bulldogs leading 48-14 over Anderson County, and this one has just really been a dominant effort by the Indy Bulldogs tonight. Here at home, no less. Homecoming. And Indy doing a good job securing the win this evening. Bulldogs back out there after breaking huddle. Twin wideouts to the near side. Shotgun set for Collar. He'll hand it off, trying to work the right-hand side, finding some room, getting a good block up front, getting hit at the 1 into the end zone for the touchdown was Zach Moses. And Moses able to go in from 11 out. Or excuse me, they're going to mark him out shy, as they're going to say he went out at the 3. So I take that back. Went out at the 3-yard line. It'll bring up a 1st and goal. And Anderson County taking another timeout. Kind of an interesting choice with 38.2 seconds left and the game more than out of reach and not even having the football for that matter. Just looking at some scores. Labette County up 34-7 over Fort Scott. Augusta knocking off Chanute in a tough game, 20-14. Galena beating Coffeyville 28-7. And Bonner Springs 26, Baser Linwood 14. That game's still in progress. So not only somebody able to put some points up on the board against Baser, but actually leading the Bobcats by 12. So back out there after the timeout. Caller going to hand it off, working his way into the end zone. That time for sure was Moses. And, excuse me, it was the conversion, rather. So 56-14. He had scored earlier. I guess I missed that one. So 56-14, timeout threw me off. With 38.2, we'll go ahead and keep things right here as we're approaching the end of the game. As the timeout makes a little more sense, the clock won't run during that. And Anderson County looking to get the ball back, I guess. So some tough games going on around the SEK tonight as both Chanute and Coffeyville going down. Fort Scott, more than likely, I don't really want to say that necessarily, but probably seeing their SEK title hopes going down with what looks to be a loss against Labette County here tonight. Of course, that's going to be assuming Labette County can keep things going through the rest of their SEK League schedule. Bulldogs set to kick this one off. Squib kick, booted down near the 31-yard line. That's going to be picked up by number 5, Tanner Spencer. Spencer gets brought down across the 35, out near the 40. Anderson County can get one more playoff as they're out of timeouts. Clock ticking down under 20. Now down to 11. With 8.8 seconds left, Independent's going to have to take a timeout as the defense was not ready. Defense was still kind of huddled up a little bit by the time that Anderson County had gotten to the line of scrimmage. So Independent's deciding to take a timeout with 8.8 seconds left to try to preserve what probably would have been an easy touchdown. We'll keep things right here as they quickly break huddle to get things going. And back to action. 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Halfback pitch, looking to pass, looking, fires it, got a man wide open. It's caught, going to get tripped up from behind, however, and not able to get into the end zone was Tanner Spencer, and that's how we'll end this one. 56-14. Independence with the win tonight over the Anderson County Bulldogs. Big win for Independence as they improved to 2-3 on the season after that victory tonight and getting the win on homecoming night in front of a huge home crowd here this evening. We're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio for 3 minutes, and then when we come back, we will have our Labette Health postgame show. You're listening to Bulldog Football right here on Indy 102.9.
Brian Klein again with Quality Toyota and Quality Motors. We hope you're enjoying the game. You know, I've been here for 8 years now, and I have never had this many pre-owned Tacomas. You know the legendary dependability and reliability of the Tacoma? And now is your chance to save thousands off new prices. All of these are local trades. You can call or stop by either side of the street, and we'll show you why your neighbor trades with Quality Automotive Group. Hey, go Bulldogs, get that win.
The name Newkirk Dennis & Buckles is synonymous with hometown insurance. Always having your best interests at heart with the ability to design the product to fit your specific needs. Having the right insurance for your family, home, or business is important. Depend on Newkirk Dennis & Buckles. They have been actively serving the community for over 100 years as insurance experts. When you think insurance, think Newkirk Dennis & Buckles with locations in Independence, Neodesha, Coffeyville, Fredonia, and Caney.
Are you looking for a new option for your checking account? Look no further than Community National Bank and Trust. Our brand new Guardian Secure checking account helps protect you from identity theft, offers cell phone protection, shopping rewards, travel discounts, and can pay you CD-like rates if you qualify, all with your checking account. If your account isn't paying you, call or stop by Community National Bank and Trust today. Member FDIC.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort?
Lee's Cooling and Heating in Independence. Call 620-331-2310. 118 South 8th Street, Independence.
When you have an emergency, you need a comprehensive healthcare facility that puts your mind at ease every step of the way. The emergency department at Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center offers patients fast access to vital healthcare services. Our quick response heart attack and stroke protocols ensure diagnostics begin rapidly. A state-of-the-art facility for state-of-the-art care. Labette Health Independence Healthcare Center, where we center around you.
Back here, Emmett Field, Independence, Kansas, and 56-14 the score tonight. Independence with the win over Anderson County. I'm Kane Carpenter. This is our Labette Health post-game show, and a big win tonight by the Bulldogs is really just in about every aspect of the game. Independence was pretty impressive here tonight, getting the job done, getting the win this evening on homecoming, no less, and an important win for the Bulldogs is they went through a stretch of 3 road games the past 3 weeks. Finally getting a home game here. They'll have to be on the road for the next 2 weeks. So just having this little home game kind of sandwiched in what would have been a really long road stretch was kind of nice and good for Independence to really have a lot of things go the way they needed to go. The Bulldogs being able to execute as well as they were able to execute this evening, and having a lot of that stuff play into the way they wanted to tonight. And Independence really did it from the outset as they forced 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions this evening. You know, they got a couple scores, special teams, doing it through the air as well on 2 passing plays, able to get it in the end zone, 1 from 91 yards out. Josh Prawley to Zadrick Daniels, and of course the ground game was working a lot like we hoped it would this season. So hopefully this is this young Independence team kind of turning the corner, so to speak, as we head into the really most important time of the football season, at least in the state of Kansas. The game next week at El Dorado will be the final game before district play starts, and of course with districts, 4-team districts, and the top 2 teams in each district head to the state playoffs. That will actually change considerably starting next year, but we'll talk about that next week a little bit as we'll kind of bring that into the fray as we talk more about district play and things getting into that and how the state playoff system will work in football, at least for 4A, 5A, and 6A beginning next year, with some of the classification changes that have happened, really affecting a number of different classes. But 4A maybe affected in a tougher way than any of the other classifications. Is starting next season, 4A gets significantly more difficult compared to a lot of the other classes that had things moved around a little bit. But speaking more about what happened here tonight with Independence, as I mentioned, just a spectacular effort put forth by the Indy Bulldogs here tonight in this homecoming game, being able to get that 56-14 win over Anderson County, and just how that's really going to hopefully help this Independence team going forward. I know it's something Brett and I talked a lot about, especially in the early part of this season, that this was a young team. It was going to be a process for this Independence team, and hopefully what they were going to be able to accomplish as the season progressed, as long as they were getting better from time to time, it was going to hopefully work in Independence's favor. And we've seen that ability happen from this Independence team, and it's with that process, seeing these young players develop, it's been impressive seeing the progress that they've made over the course of this season, and really happy to be able to see some of these results kind of start to show for it in terms of what they've been able to do by getting a win here tonight and picking this one up again on homecoming night, which is, of course, extra special, being able to play in front of a home crowd and being able to get a win like this with homecoming and with everything going on. Just your second of 3 home games, unfortunately, but being able to get a win here tonight. And I'm happy to have Coach Bolger join us up here in the booth for our coach's interview. And first off, congratulations on the win here tonight. And, man, talk about a game where every aspect out there on the field for the Bulldogs seemed to be working here tonight. Offense, defense, special teams. This Independence team was clicking.
Well, first of all, I want to apologize for not being up here last week. I totally spaced it out.
Well, to be fair, we were kind of in a tough spot, and I knew when I saw you walking off there and the logistics of it, knew it was going to be difficult, plus the long trip home. Yeah. So don't feel bad about that one in the least bit.
This game tonight, our kids, I would be honest with you, we put them through heck this week at practice. And, we did a lot of soul-searching, gut-checking last weekend as far as coaches, and we made the players this week gut-check it out all week, and they responded very well this evening and just played really, really well, and it's nice to see.
Yeah, and just the progress a lot of these players have made and the confidence they've been able to make in what they're able to do out there on the field. And I go back to what the offense was able to do here tonight, and just the balanced attack from this Independence offense. Not only doing it on the ground, we know what this Independence can do rushing the football, but it was also especially nice being able to see the passing game work as well as it was. Of course, seeing Josh Prawley when he was playing quarterback, getting in sync with the receivers a little bit, and seeing some of those timed throws work to success.
It was the one right out coming out of halftime. We drew up at halftime because the coaches, I don't even know who said it, but the safety was biting hard to the 2 receiver side. Well, so we thought Bruce would be open going down the seam, and the safety never moved, so he went to Zedrick. So it worked out great. Ryan, I think, was open earlier, and we went to our 2-minute drill, and we didn't get him the ball. We got to get him the ball because he's got good hands, and unless someone's trying to tackle him when he's trying to catch it. But our kids just really, they came out and they battled this evening. They competed every play, and even when they scored, we had a mixture of kids in there. But our kids, they competed this evening, and it's nice to see.
Defensively, of course, having the 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions, actually, for this Independence team, which, of course, impressive, being able to see your guys in coverage anticipate making plays in the ball, and that defensive line doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage and also limiting what Anderson County was able to do on the ground.
And that's one thing that after about halfway through the second quarter last week, we went to some different kids up front and did some things, and that carried over to the second half, and I think some of them got a little bit of confidence in what they were doing. And it carried over into the week, and tonight, that group of young men were out there, and it's nice to see when kids work hard, something good comes out of it, and that's what happened this evening. And, it's a nice homecoming win for everybody.
Yeah, definitely a nice homecoming win, of course, next week. On the road again, this time at El Dorado, another non-league game, and the final game before district play starts, to be exact. So kind of getting into that mind frame. Of course, wanted to win that game on the road, but making sure carrying that momentum forward, especially going into district play. Not wanting to overlook the El Dorado game, of course, but, making sure the kids are ready in that game for what will be the final 3 games of the season when it comes down to it, which in the state of Kansas, at least for this year, is what matters the most.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We talked about a little bit about that before the game and things, and El Dorado does a lot of the very same things that we're going to see the next week in Labette County and the next week in Coffeyville and the next week in Chanute. So this is a good timing game for us coming in. Also, at the same time, I told the kids this, you win this game and you go to El Dorado, and if you can get that game, your season's trying to turn around, and all of a sudden people are going, uh-oh, maybe they got it going, and they're going to be a little tighter, and you're still going to be loosey-goosey because you're not supposed to be winning. And that's got to kind of be your mindset. We just got to go play and have fun, and whatever happens, will happen, and but hard work's going to pay off for us in the long run. That's what we got to believe.
And it's going to be interesting because, of course, that district going to be a tough district. Coffeyville losing tonight, though. Chanute losing tonight. Labette blasting Fort Scott this evening. Last I saw was a 3-touchdown game. But, that creates some wrinkles when it gets down to district play a little bit. And 2 of the 3 are going to be on the road. Of course, the home game being the Coffeyville game. But, getting those players in that mindset with a lot of those things and saying, hey, we got a unique opportunity where maybe some people don't expect some things from us. Go out there and play. They've got the target on their back and, try to go out there and give them that best shot.
Yep, that's what you got to do. But before you get there, you got to go to El Dorado.
That's exactly right.
You got to get really focused there because they got a very much improved ball club over last year and got a new coaching staff. And, I haven't seen film on them yet, but we'll get it either this evening or in the morning and study that and get ready, get our game plan going. And, Monday we'll take a group of kids up to Anderson County and play a game there, and other guys will stay home and practice. And then Tuesday we'll get it all going, and Friday will be here before we know it. And
it certainly will be. Hard to believe we're already halfway season on that. So
we're halfway through the year, so we got to get going and see where we're at. But it was a great crowd.
Yes, definitely.
And it was so nice to be home, and not have to go get on a bus and go somewhere and do all that. But our kids, our fans carried us to the victory. Our band's unbelievable. The little kids out there at halftime was fun to see. It's homecoming before the game, and it was a fun atmosphere, a good high school game, and now we move on.
Good luck next week. Again, on the road at El Dorado, and congratulations on the win tonight.
One more thing I got to add, I got to throw this in there, I always forget. Next Saturday, the 7th, the day after we play El Dorado, my wife and I are hosting a golf tournament. We are in the process of adopting a young lady, 16-year-old from Poland, and we're having a benefit golf tournament, I guess, fundraiser thing. Anybody that's interested, get a hold of me. We're going to be played here at Independence Country Club on the 7th. We're going to tee off at 8 o'clock. It's a 4-man scramble. You pick your own teams. Dinner's included in the price, or lunch, whatever you call that. And we just got to figure out who's going to play so we can get the carts all lined up. But it's going to be a good time, and I hope everybody comes out and helps us out. And, it'll be fun to go out and watch people play golf after watching some football.
Very true. Right. So everybody get out for that. And you said it was the Saturday after the El Dorado game, right?
Okay. It's the 7th. Yep, it's the 7th. A week from tomorrow. So
definitely still on that.
All right.
Appreciate it again, Coach.
God bless.
Thank you very much. Once again, Independence with a 56-14 win tonight over Anderson County. Big win, homecoming night for the Independence Bulldogs, and impressive to say the least. We're actually going to wrap things up here, wrap up our Labette Health postgame show, wrap up things in general. Do want to thank, of course, Travis, our board op. Thank you very much, sir, for everything you do and keeping the broadcast running smoothly. Do appreciate it very much. Do want to mention, didn't have Brett here tonight. He had some things he had to take care of this evening, so unfortunately he was unable to be here, but hopefully be back next week, I imagine so. He was kind of joking around with me a little bit about Independence playing as well as they did tonight. Maybe he won't come back, but that won't be the case. We'll have him here next week, fortunately for me especially, so I don't have to try to carry the broadcast as much like I did here tonight, and trying to get things going. Do want to mention the Pirates play tomorrow. They'll be on the road, this time at Dodge City. Big game for the Pirates in that one is play in the Jayhawk Conference getting pretty tight as Independence are looking to try to position themselves atop the Jayhawk Conference. The Pirates are looking to position themselves atop the Jayhawk Conference and going to get another opportunity to try to do that a little bit starting tomorrow when they are on the road at Dodge City. Be sure to listen in here on 1010 a.m. for the broadcast on that game. Once again, 56-14, Independence with the win here tonight. Do want to mention next week we'll be on the road at El Dorado Friday night. You can join us right here on Indy 102.9, 7 o'clock for the kickoff, and we'll be sure to bring you all the action there in that one. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here this evening. We'll say goodnight, and we'll hope you'll join us next week. Thanks.
You've been listening to Independence High School Bulldog Football on KBIK Independence, Indy 102.9. Tonight's game is brought to you by Quality Toyota and Quality Motors, Newkirk Denison Buckles, Community National Bank of Independence, Crossland Construction, Equity Bank, Kirk Wright Insurance, Labette Health, Lee's Cooling and Heating, Medical Lodges and Grand Villa, the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, Midwest Real Estate, and the Car Shop. This has been a presentation of MyTown Media Sports.